The easy road ends up being more difficult. This is probably one of the earliest big lessons we learn. When something seems too good to be true, it usually is. Handouts don't happen. Free things aren't really free, and as one of my mentors would say, if you tell me quick and easy, I think long and difficult. The reason a path looks easy is because it hides its difficulties in plain sight. And you choose the easy road because you did not take the time to really understand what it was you were looking at. Sometimes we do this by accident, sometimes we do it on purpose, despite all the red flags we may or may not want to acknowledge. Regardless of this, the lesson is one we all have to learn time upon time again. The easy road is rarely easy. And I repeat, the easy road is rarely easy. In fact, it usually ends up being more difficult than if you had just done things right way from the beginning. Hey guys, what's up? It's Dusty here, back with another crypto video. And today, I'm going to give you guys a little lesson on why you should probably be taking the difficult road, but also how this can apply to Ripple and XRP and to generally holding cryptocurrency. This video is also going to be a little bit about some Ripple and XRP news, but mostly the biggest problem that I see between holders of crypto assets, and that is within the mindset. I'm right now doing a little bit of a series where I try to kind of change or maybe make you aware of your mindset and possibly help you with that to make sure your holding experience becomes as simple as possible, and so you're always on track with what you would prefer rather than what you think you want. Really, from the core, what you want instead of what superficially you think you'll like the best or what seems best to you. So this article here, a small part of it was written by Nicholas Cole here on the success, or mostly actually I should say, the lessons that everybody has to learn time upon time again in life. And that started out with, how many times does it take for you to learn the same lesson? Because life is not a checklist, it's a practice. The thing with knowledge is that it can decay if left ignored, and that goes for anything. Just because you did it once doesn't mean it won't happen again. Or just because you were good or great at something does not mean you'll forever be great at it. Everything in life takes practice. Some of the hardest life lessons repeat themselves over and over again, and it's on each and every one of us to be reflective enough to witness them happening in the moment, so that this time around a different decision can be made. That was the introduction to the article, and again, it opened my mind to teach you guys something about the easy road. And that's again what today's episode is for. Now, I want to explain this through examples here to make sure you can learn it, in the simplest way possible. But before we get into any of that, if you're holding XRP, VeChain, Cardano, or any of those coins here in the checklist or in the top list, make sure you press the like button right now and comment down below what coin you're holding. Also, kind of interpret this video as if it's a one-to-one conversation, not me talking to many people, just because that's the way you can learn the most. Because most likely everybody can learn something new from this. Now, for Ripple and XRP, how many partnerships do they have? Well, most likely 300. How many partnerships do we know? Most likely around 160. And right in front of our screen right now, we see tons of different partnerships that they have got. And everybody has access to this list right now. You can just look it up. Now, even though we all have the same info right in front of us, why do some people make different choices? And of course, that is an interesting question, and it's not really a question that has one answer. It has tons of answers. Everybody has different morals. Everybody has different financial goals or financial situations. Everybody has different perceptions of partnerships. Everybody has different preferences and such. Now, this preference or difference in ideas rather, or difference in perception, whatever you want to call it here, also translates always into how much people value a coin. For example, XRP, the coin we're talking about here specifically, how much people value this coin. For everybody within the community, it will be different. I mean, for you, for example, you could say this coin is something that I would pay $1 for to own, and I think it will get to $1. But somebody else, maybe you're your neighbor, will say, a digital asset coin, XRP, I heard it once, but I wouldn't touch it. I would rate it about 17 cents. Another person might say, XRP, centralized piece of garbage, that's what somebody else might say. I would only pay $0.1 for it. That's 1 cent. Everybody has different opinions about the price and what they would value it at. What we all agree upon, though, is that most of the time the easy road, which means you buy, you gain, you get out, doesn't really end up being the road you expect. And to put that into perspective here, who of you, and you got to be honest with me here, who of you expected when you bought XRP that you would get a lot of returns almost instantly? Just really quickly, the price would go up and you would become quote unquote richer from it really fast. And if you were, make sure you comment down below because I really want to know here. And be honest, because if you're saying no, you're most likely lying because a lot of people most likely got into this coin or a lot of other coins. Maybe it's another coin for you to get rich quick or at least in a timely manner. Quick, again, is also variable. It could be 1 month for you. It could be 1 year for somebody else. It could be 10 minutes for somebody else. But again, this is only for you that you're watching this right now. And what happened when it didn't really go like you planned? Again, that also is variable, but for most people, this will be the case. What happened in your mind when the plans of XRP going to, let's say, for example, $1 or $5 within a year did not occur like you planned? What happened? You felt awful, or you're not feeling so good, or you're debating your choice. And what I'm trying to make you aware of here is that at first, you had a mindset. You had a mindset of, okay, I'm going to buy in at 25 cents, and I'm going to be cashing it out at $2.50, for example. What happened in this road, though? Well, the price went from 25 cents to 20 cents, for example, and you're far away from your goal. Now, what did you do? You bought in and you wanted to cash out. That's exactly what you planned for. You planned the easy route, the easiest, simplest thing that could happen. You were, of course, aware of volatility, but you most likely did not stand too much for it. You were like, yeah, but all these guys are saying the price is going to go up, so I buy in, I'll cash out quickly, quick, easy money. What you most likely were not aware of, or at least did not want to acknowledge, again, this could be consciously, could also be not so consciously, so not on purpose, is that the price could do exactly the opposite of what you were told, and that you would most likely have to put in a little bit more effort, so again, take a little bit more of a difficult path to get to your goal. What I'm trying to say with this is the price could definitely do exactly the opposite of what you were expecting. So for example, go from 25 cents to 7 cents or maybe even 1 cent, stay there for 3 years, and then go back up to maybe even $50, for example. This is something that could happen. You know it, but that's not the route you wanted to take. You wanted to take, all right, I buy into a coin, goes up and out. And now that it's going kind of against your initial idea, you're debating your investment choice. And now this video is not meant as financial advice. This video is only meant for entertainment purposes only. But to my opinion, that is something that is skewed. It's most likely just a little bit wrong and also not that realistic. What I'm trying to teach you with this small little awareness speech, though, I'm not trying to make you guys feel guilty or not trying to put you all into one basket, as a lot of people will also, of course, know the dangers of investing, is that I think everybody in this community or everybody that's holding coins right now should diversify. I always think you should be going for multiple coins and you should be updated with these coins daily. Maybe not really daily as in you have to read every article you can find, but try to at least watch a couple of videos, maybe one video every single day to keep updated with the crypto markets to know what your investments are at. Why am I saying this again? There are a lot of people who just invest into coin, go away and expect results to happen when they come back. One thing that most people that are very profitable at trading do is they make sure to stay aware of everything that's happening, get out of the coin if some big things are happening, and maybe add more to their holdings when great things are coming. And not necessarily talking about big developments like partnerships, because over the year we've seen here that partnerships do not translate into bigger price or higher price, and that good news doesn't translate into higher price either, yada, yada, yada. But this is just mainly talking here about you preparing for certain things through people telling you. So for example, through the internet here, I'm telling a lot of people to get into coins or get out to coins, at least what I expect is going to happen to them. And you can also kind of adapt to those things yourself if you try to follow along a little bit. All right, so I've been talking here for about 10 minutes, just about kind of putting it into the ground. Now, where am I going to make it a spin? How can you most likely take a little bit of a better route to all of this? I think there's a couple of principles that really If you follow those, you'll most likely be golden for the rest of your life, at least for XRP, I should say. Now, one of that is to don't think as simply as you might already be doing. That is, there is volatility. The price will most likely go down from any point that it is at right now, and at one point, it will most likely go up. Second point is stay with your initial strategy. I don't know if you guys are into trading at all, but what you'll see often is that many people are making losses purely because of their own mind, because they have weak hands. Whenever they see their position, for example, in a leveraged long, go to minus 5%, minus 10% or whatever, they decide to cancel the trade. Why? Because they're playing with a lot of money and it's becoming scary. What would have happened if they did not change anything? It would have just gone to their take profit. They would have gotten a plus 3%, plus 10%, whatever. But it was all because in their mind, their strategy was not as good enough as they thought it was, and they wanted to get out. That's also, again, another good example of the easy road. You just want to be like, yeah, I don't want to take the risk anymore. I want to get out. Same thing goes for XRP. Same thing goes for any other coin. It's all about the risk you're willing to take, and that's mostly here the difficult road. Very long explanation to kind of explain to you guys why the difficult road is to just deal with volatility, not worry about it, keep updated, and be secure with what you want. Make sure you only follow what you want, not what seems superficially to be the best here, because most of the time your initial ideas, if not adjusted with new knowledge, but just your initial ideas of what you really want are what you really want, and these superficial, for example, the prices that you're seeing right now, even though they're not realized, they're just there on your screen, the new prices and your new holdings might be dragging you down. The story there is, make sure you keep your mindset straight. Don't let any of these superficial things change your mind, and make sure you always follow what you want and not what kind of seems the best. I know I repeated it a couple of times, but that's really the case. One thing I must add to all of it, though, is that my whole story here might sound a little bit strange or far off, but if you listen to the whole thing, you most likely are already a couple of steps further than that you were before. Will not go for everybody, but for some people at least. And the general idea here, to just kind of summarize it, because some people might not understand still, is to just hold through if you believe in XRP. If you've lost faith, nothing I can do for you here. If you're doing this whole video for another coin, you've lost faith, you're like, hey, my coin has been going down for 7,000 days consecutively here. You're talking about, I don't know, about another currency. You're like, it's been going down here. It's 1/100th of my investment. I want to get out. I mean, you do you. That's a possibility. If you're like here, for example, XRP has been going down for a year now. I want to get out. You do you. Everybody has different morals, everybody has different opinions, but to me, I know the beginning when I bought into XRP, I bought into it because I really believed in what Ripple was doing, and I also believe that remittances are something that can really be just globally changed, and through XRP, so much liquidity, so much nostril is going to be taken away, and they're going to be doing so much through XRP that the use case is so insane, and since demigods, I don't know what to say right there, just behemoths in the space like Brad Garlinghouse and David Schwartz are also so convincing in their stories about how they're going to change the world, and how, for example, XRP, its value might at one point be determined by use case. All those principles that I kind of thought myself, or that I put into my mind a couple of years ago, are what really is driving me to still hold through. Just because I so desperately believe that this is going to be right, it's a difficult road because I'm going to have to deal with volatility. I'm going to have to deal with fake news and difficult news. I'm going to have to deal with it all. And it's not as simple as I once expected it to just buy in and get rich quick. It is worth it in the end. And also, that's kind of what I want to say here. Don't invest in get rich quick schemes. Don't put your money in those very small coins here that are, bound to make you rich, or some of those stupid projects that you see in the comment section of people wanted to scam you most of the time. Don't go send people money that are going to send you 10 times as much money back, because it doesn't work. It's fake. It's to scam you. But that's all for people who are, to the one hand, impatient, like I said in my previous video, but also people who just want to take the easy road to getting there. While most of the time it takes a lot of knowledge, takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of time to really get to where you want. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you did enjoy a little bit. If I was blabbering on too much, please let me know in the comment section, because I'm trying to create these videos in the best way I can. But I notice now that it's not as easy as I thought to make up good stories. This story was not written down totally, but part of it. And if you think, hey man, write more down to get your story straighter instead of these half-assed things, make sure you let me know because I really appreciate all of your feedback. Hopefully you listen to this video as if it was only directed towards you, so you could answer all the questions kind of simply and fairly and honestly for yourself, just because I think that's the way you can get the most out of it. But if you did enjoy the video, make sure you press the like button, subscribe for more, and let me know about some lessons for everybody in the comment section down below, or the biggest lesson you would like to learn somebody, comment it down below. Take care.